both SLUH students as well as St. Lawrence students, and we have teachers and the principal of St. Lawrence in Kolkata with us today. So this is kind of a neat first attempt at doing this on a large scale, but hopefully it's something that with this improved technology will bring us closer together and allow us to do these things like this more often. It's an exciting new beginning for us. So I just would like to welcome our colleagues from St. Lawrence School. So we have Father Sebastian James with us today, and Mrs. Biswas and Mrs. Sherpa, who are have been part of the project. And we have several of their students that some of you have already gotten to know through the video that Mr. Garavaglia put together. So I don't want to hold things up too much longer. I'll turn things over to Mr. Garavaglia and we can get the discussion going.
Great, thank you, Mr. Chura. So for the students at St. Lawrence, good evening. Thank you, well, good to see you again. And for the SLUH High community, good morning. So my students have already shared with me a number of questions that they have, which you all have. And then my students, what I'd ask is if another question comes to mind as we go along in the discussion, please just send me a chat and then I will ask it. If we could be so kind, would the students from St. Lawrence be willing to introduce themselves again?
Hello everyone, I am Satyajit Sarkar from St. Lawrence. I am 16 years old and I study in 10th grade.
Good evening again.
Hi everyone, my name is Shubhangshu Chaudhary from St. Lawrence. I'm 15 years old. I study in the 10th grade.
Back.
Hello everyone.
Hi everyone. I am Shauhardya Roy. I'm 15 years old. I study in the 10th grade and I'm Hindu.
Thank you.
Hello everyone. I'm in class 10 currently. My name is Kirit Ghosh and my hobby is playing an interesting musical instrument called tabla and cricket.
Hi everyone, my name is Shahzarin Rahman. I'm in 10th grade currently, and as you all know already, I'm a double belonging. I follow both religions, Islam and Hinduism.
Thank you for those introductions. So one question that my students asked over and over again, if people will be willing to address it, is what are some common misconceptions about Hinduism? What are some common misconceptions that people have about Hinduism?
Well, I can name quite a few. One of them is that people believe that Hinduism has like this huge pantheon of gods with millions and billions of gods and goddesses, but that's not true. There are a finite number of gods and goddesses, and there are different forms or reincarnations of them. Another misconception people generally tend to have is that they believe Hinduism as some sort of occult thing mixed with rituals and all of that, but that's also not true. There are very few rituals, if at all, in Hinduism, and most of the rituals are just a sort of to worship God or to ask for something from God.
So a number of students asked, they don't understand the significance of the cow. A number of them asked, what is the significance of the cow?
Well, in the older days, cow was a major source of food and livestock actually. So cow was very important as a social animal. It was very useful to the human beings. That's why our society declared cow to be our mother.
But the students are asking, it's not a part of Hinduism, like that the Hindus worship a cow. It's more of cultural within India.
Yes, well, if
Cow
you look
is
at the,
mainly okay.
yeah,
Sumodri,
please
continue.
continue.
Yeah. You can
So if you
continue.
look at cows, if you look at the dairy industry of India, cows are the primary source of milk, and in this case, since we obtain milk from cows, they are treated akin to our mothers, and not just as a source of milk or dairy. If you look at meat, for instance, beef, for Muslims and other religions, it is also an important source. And even in case of, say, leather industry, cow is a very important animal, because if you look at the other animals, they are not suited to the Indian tropical climate. So you'll find cows outnumber other types of livestock by a large number.
Speaking of diets, a number of students asked about, is there a particular diet, or are there only particular foods that Hindus can eat or not eat, or something like that? So a number of students had questions about food. I guess they were hungry. They were all asking about diet.
If you look at the
Well,
diet of, it's mainly a regional division, and it depends upon the geographical location of a particular area. For example, if it's a riverine city or riverine state, bordering the rivers, or say a coastal area, then you'll see that a fish is a prominent part of the diet of the people of that region. If it's an inland area, you'll find that people there are mostly vegetarian or focus on livestock and poultry as their source of meat. So it's more of a regional division than, say, a cultural or a religious based one.
Okay, because a number of my students thought that all of you were vegetarians. Is that true?
No,
No,
that's
we are
not
not.
true at all.
Then one question a number of students ask about your teachers, why the red dot? What does that symbolize, or what's the significance of the red dot?
The red dot is known as bindi. Traditionally, it was used by married women as a symbol for marriage, but nowadays it has become a part of fashion. Anyone can use it.
And just women, not men? Okay.
No, not men.
That's what I thought. So then a number of students ask questions about how do you worship? How do you pray? They want to know, do you go to temple every day? Do you have a weekly obligation? So like if you're Catholic, you're obliged to go to Mass every Sunday. What's it like for you? Are you going? And then the other question a number of the students asked is, what is it like to be a Hindu and to go to a Catholic school? Is that weird or different for you?
We are very comfortable going to a Catholic school in our country, because if you look at the number of schools in our country, a majority of them are Catholic institutions, and so they don't discriminate at all on the basis of religion, caste, social or economic background. So we are very comfortable with it, and we enjoy and love our school. And the other part of the question as to what we do as worship, there is no obligation at all of going to the temples. It is completely up to you and your devotion for God. You can choose not to go to the temple, you can choose to go to the temple daily. It's all up to you. And if you ask about the forms of worship, we do something that is puja, where some of us burn incense sticks, which release a sweet smell. Some of us give our favorite food as offerings to our God. Some of us blow a conch shell, which produces a sound which is thought or belief to awaken the gods and to call upon them to bless us. And some of us bless, and some of us use lamps, light lamps or diyas on the dates of certain festivals or occasions.
And if anybody feels comfortable, a number of students wanted to ask, how do you personally pray or worship? Any of you, like, do you go to the temple? Do you say prayers? If people are comfortable talking about their own prayer life, a number of students asked about that. They're just really curious.
In our school, we pray to the Lord every morning. But if I talk about my Hindu prayers, I don't pray much except for the time of my exams. That time I try to set up a deal with God to give me good results.
And then the students ask, is there a particular God that you have a devotion to or you pray to? Or is there, when you pray for, help in your exams?
That's completely up to you. That's completely up to us. But we have a goddess of education named Saraswati.
Okay. Anybody else willing to talk about your own prayers or what it's like for you?
I believe that a Bengali saying goes like "Shobar upor manushotto tahar upor noy," or "Shiv Gyane Jeev Seva," which means the same thing. Above all, service to mankind is service to God. So social work, service to mankind is the worship for me.
If you ask me personally,
Yes.
I don't pray very frequently. It's like more of a bi-weekly or fortnight basis.
A number of students, they're really curious about reincarnation. And so the video, I think most of you said that you don't believe in reincarnation. Can anybody speak more about their beliefs about reincarnation, or does anybody have any ways they understand that they're really still curious about that idea of reincarnation?
The main idea of Hinduism is connected with reincarnation because the main aim of Hinduism is to attain liberation from the cycle of life and death, which is so Hinduism. So basically, Hinduism tells us how to escape this, how to attain perfection, and leave the cycle of life and death. But I don't think there's any way we could understand because after we die, we die. There's
My personal philosophy is to live life to the fullest and to enjoy it while you can, because there's no telling what comes after. And if you look at reincarnation as a part of Hinduism, Hindus believe that, similar to Christians, that we commit certain sins in our lifetime, and on the basis of our merits, the good actions we do and the faults we perform, on the basis of that, we have to pay the price essentially, and this is karma. And when basically this karma is negated or equal, then we attain perfection because we have not committed any sin. And at that point of time, it is said that we escape the cycle of birth and death. That is, we are not reincarnated anymore. And that is called moksha. And moksha is the ultimate aim of Hinduism.
A number of students asked the question about scriptures or holy texts. So do you have any particular scripture passages or that are meaningful to you, or any particular books that you read or pray with?
We, of course, have our religious texts. Our most important religious text is the Bhagavad Gita. And apart from that, we have the Vedas. There are 4 Vedas: Rig Veda, Jayur Veda, Atharva Veda, and Sama Veda. And there are also other religious books such as the Upanishads, the Puranas. And most of these books are very old. Most date to
Frozen.
Yeah, Frozen. Anybody else could share a little bit about, are there any particular stories?
Just one thing real quick. Can we make sure that everybody who's not talking is muted, just so
Thank
that
you.
we don't get any background noise in?
Thank you.
Well, in Bhagavad Gita, well, actually Bhagavad Gita is a part of the epic Mahabharata, where Krishna is telling Arjun the ethos of life. So we get to know about the code of behavior and ethos of life from Bhagavad Gita. And except for that, if we talk about Puranas were made for the common people in easy language, in form of stories and fairy tales, to spread the message of Hinduism.
Thank you. One question that came up, could you all talk a little bit about your favorite holiday to celebrate in Hinduism, or a way that you like to celebrate it, or your family does, your group? Is there anything about they want to know about holidays within Hinduism?
So again, if you look at Hindu culture, we Bengalis personally celebrate Durga Puja. It is a 4-day long festival, even though the entire celebration drags on to some 7 or 10 days. And I believe that's an inclusive festival, and it's not just limited to Hindus. Um, all people of Bengal celebrate it. There are also other festivals such as Diwali, where people light diyas and burst firecrackers to chase off the devil, and other festivals or religious occasions as well. So my favorite is Durga Puja.
And what part of that holiday do you really like? Or why is it your favorite?
Um, I like it because, first of all, there's a week-long school holiday, so I don't have to go to school. Second, in Durga Puja, there are artistic pandals created. Pandals are basically, you can say, temporary homes or abodes of gods, and these are really really beautiful to see. And I don't know if you know this or not, but the Bengal Durga Puja is the second largest carnival or annual festival in the world after the Rio Carnival. And so the pandals are beautiful, and then there's food, the festive spirit, and I like that a lot.
And any particular type of food served at this holiday?
No, there's all kinds of foods are available.
Okay. Thank you. Any other holidays people want to share, or particular aspects that they really enjoy?
Now, there are various festivals especially we Bengali celebrate. And in Bengali, there is a saying that we have Baro Mashe Tero Parbon, which means that we celebrate 13 festivals in 12 months. So there are lots of festivities and festivals in Bengal. And the most interesting festival and the most uh, festival I enjoy is again Durga Puja, because it's lots of fun and lots of enjoyment and entertainment I get there.
So just real quick, I've noticed that several of you have mentioned that since you are Bengali, that it's especially important for you. Are there like regional differences in how Hinduism is observed?
Yes, so certain parts of India have a certain, I don't know, you can call it principal god, you can call it patron god or goddess. So we have Durga Puja as a very important, Devi Durga is a very important goddess. Similarly, in south of India, especially Maharashtra and Mumbai, you'll find the same thing associated with Lord Ganesha, where Ganesh Puja is also celebrated, and they build like 70 feet, 80 feet, 120 feet tall idols there. In the north of India, you'll find Shivratri, and these are all regional festivals, and they have their own centers in different parts of India.
So we only have a few more minutes left. So my students, if you have some questions, please be sure to chat those to me before the time runs away from us. So one question that a number of my students ask is, what is your favorite part, or they said coolest part about being a Hindu? What is the best part? That's what they asked.
The best part of being an Hindu is nothing is imposed on us. Everything is up to us. If you want to worship, we can worship. If we want to believe in stuff, we can believe in stuff. It's just all up to us.
I agree with Shoharto. There is no rigidity at all. We are not forced to go to the temple to pray, to worship. It's all up to us.
On a much lighter note, I know that this is not an appropriate question because it's not related to cricket, but a number of my students wanted to know if you think LeBron James or Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time. Do we have any basketball fans there?
Well, MJ is a legend. I don't think there's any comparison between both of them. In my belief, it's MJ.
LeBron's not even close.
No, I like Curry better.
Okay. My students, any more questions? All right, so another question my students asked on a more serious note, what is a guru? What is a guru? A number of them want to know, what's the role of a guru? And do you have a personal guru?
Sanskrit saying goes like this: Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Maheshwara, which means that Guru is everything, from the creator to the destroyer. The word Guru literally means that someone who drives away darkness. In ancient India, we used to have the Gurukul system of education, where there used to be a Guru and an Acharya in whose house the students used to go live and learn by the concepts of Shruti and Smriti, that is, hearing and memorizing. Now, in modern India, we don't have this Gurukul system anymore, but we consider our teachers as gurus. And not only in the academic field, but in every sphere of life, we consider the teachers as gurus. Now, this term guru is still very much actively pronounced in Indian classical dance and music. There, they refer their teachers to as gurus till now.
Thank you. Another important question. My students want to know, what do you do on the weekends? What do you do for fun? What's your favorite thing to do on the weekend? A number of them asked, what do you like to do for fun?
I play chess.
Now, did you know that St. Louis supposedly is the chess capital in the United States? I don't know if that's actually true, but that's what we say around here.
I know. And a pretty famous chess YouTuber is also from St. Louis, Eric Rosen.
The St. Louis Chess Academy is pretty famous. I've watched quite some few videos of the St. Louis Academy on YouTube. So many grandmasters teach there. And my personal hobby: playing video games, listening to music, playing keyboard, playing chess, quite a lot.
Any in a particular video game that's your favorite?
No, I like RPG open world games, role playing open world games.
I like to read books and say play video games, listen to music. And if you ask my favorite book, that will probably be the Harry Potter series. That's never going to change, I believe. And if you ask my favorite game, I prefer strategy games. I also play chess, but not professionally or anything.
I like spending hours playing cricket in my ground and also watching different cinemas and spending time with music.
Well, on normal days, I'd say I just sit down in front of the TV and watch Formula One. I just look at Lewis Hamilton literally destroy everyone on the track. I shouldn't say that, but still, that's the fact. And then uh, I just sit around making music and stuff like that. Yeah.
Thank you. It is about time for my students to get off. A number of them still need to drive to school. And so school is supposed to start in 30 minutes. So is there any kind of last words that you'd like to share with my students before we let you go?
I actually have a question. What do you like more about the Super Bowl? Is it the game or the halftime show?
All right, one of my students want to answer. What's your favorite part of the Super Bowl? The game or the show?
I personally enjoy the commercials the most. They crack me up.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with Ryan on this one. This year, the commercials were the best thing.
I like the game a lot. That's probably my favorite part.
You're a Tom Brady fan, Luke?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I don't like Kansas City.
Any other questions from our friends from St. Lawrence?
I'd like to ask one. In India, we celebrate the unity and diversity in our country in the form of festivals. So, how do you celebrate secularism in the US?
So when you said, how do you celebrate secularism? Is that what you said? I couldn't hear you.
Yeah, secularism.
Okay. Anybody want to handle that? How do we celebrate that in the United States?
I don't. I would say that we kind of take a lot of pride in viewing the U.S. as like a melting pot. You know, it's full of all different types of people and cultures and religions, and that's kind of one thing that we talk a lot about in America and take a lot of pride in. But I wouldn't say there's any specific celebrations that we participate in other than just celebrating the differences amongst us. But
I would like to ask,
Oh,
what else do you know about India?
isn't it the second biggest country in the world, or population wise?
Yes, it is. According to population, it is the second biggest country. By size, it's the seventh largest.
And so the two major religions are also like Hinduism and Islam, and then aren't there a lot of religions and then a lot of languages varying by region? I've read like a statistic that it's one of the most like diverse places for languages like in the world. I don't know. That's what I know.
I have a question on sport. Like, this is totally to Formula One viewers. Who do you think is better, Lewis Hamilton or Michael Schumacher?
By the way, any students who need to leave to go to school, please give yourself plenty of time, get to school safely, and we'll just continue on. So a Formula One question, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I'll say Lewis Hamilton.
Because what are your reasons?
Because I don't know, he drives for Mercedes, right? That's a very good team.
Yeah, he drives a Petronas. And a final question from me. Who do you prefer more, Michael Jackson or Justin Timberlake? Because I literally saw a whole page comparing them.
Michael Jackson. There's no comparison.
Yeah,
Easy.
Michael Jackson.
I'm more of a JT guy myself.
Really, which album is your favorite then?
I don't know.
If you ask me, my favorites are 2020 Experience and his first debut album, that's Justified.
So I have a question related to sports once again. What is more popular in the United States? Is it soccer? Is it baseball? Is it basketball? Or is it like divided into regions, like North follows baseball or something?
I would say football.
Yeah, football's probably the most popular.
Yeah, there really isn't a big like soccer following in America. Like there's a small amount, but it's definitely the sports are definitely football, baseball, basketball.
I would like to ask that which of the Indian personalities you attract you the most, or you talk about the most?
When you say personalities, can you say a little bit more?
Personalities means in any field, in sports or in politics, even any, in music, in cinemas.
Gotcha. Who's the most famous person from India that you know?
I would say Gandhi. I know he's dead, but he's a historical figure, and I think I speak for most students here when I say Gandhi, but I don't know.
In that case, what do you think about Indian fashion?
I love it.
So I'm asking you, what do you want to do in the future? I mean, is there a specific stream you're opting for, a specific job you want to do, some company you want to get in?
Well,
No, go ahead.
Oh, I'm looking to study engineering in college, so that's kind of the path I'm gonna follow.
Yeah, I'm planning to study business in college, and I have stuff lined up for what my major is going to be already, and what I may be planning to do afterwards.
Yeah, I plan on like studying accounting, and I'm gonna run with that. But also, I just want to be an entrepreneur, like diversify myself, and like just try new things and stuff like that. So yeah.
Okay, I've got another question. Like, we all need entertainment, so what's your favorite video game?
I play a lot of video games. My favorite probably Super Smash Brothers, but I there's a lot of different ones I like.
Rocket League, easy.
I would have to second the Rocket League.
Anyone here for Forza Horizon or Need for Speed?
I used to play it, so I think it was pretty nice. Yeah.
I played in real life.
And what about music? What kind of music?
I would say hip hop, rap.
So Eminem or Dr. Dre?
I would say Eminem. Like, he's no question one of the greatest rappers. Like lyrically, like he's that guy.
If you talk about Dr. Dre, his lyrics are just as strong, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So one thing I've noticed is that I'm seeing a lot of you wearing masks, and I don't know if you're outside or at home or anything, but I mean, is it like a government mandate, or is the pandemic still going very strong in the US? Or I'm not very sure about
I think a lot of us are just wearing masks because we're at school right now. Like I'm in the like common space of what's essentially like our cafeteria, and I can see a lot of other people around me, and everyone's wearing masks. I think in St. Louis City, where all of us in America are, I think there's still like a mandate set up by the county government. I think, I mean, I know that's mandated by the school at the very least. So yeah, everyone who's wearing a mask is probably at school right now.
Okay, I would like to ask that during this corona pandemic, it's still going on also. Now, when there was lockdown, so and the total system of education shifted to the online platform. So, was it difficult for you to handle the situation at that time to continue your education through online platform, or it was not a problem at all?
Um, are you talking about like during like COVID? Oh, yeah, it was tough. I believe like overall. I mean, some people probably took it in a different way, but like I think it affects people, all people, just like socially, mentally, and yeah, it took a toll on like the entire world. So yeah, especially U.S.
Yeah, online education was not the easiest for me. It was very hard to find motivation because I just sat in my house and it wasn't very fun.
I have a question. Which YouTubers do you like?
I really
I
enjoy
like
court. Go ahead, Ryan.
Oh, thank you, Joey. I'm a big fisherman, so I like to watch John B. He's a fisher YouTuber. I don't know if y'all have heard of him, but you can go now, Joey. So
I was just gonna say I really enjoy Courtney's YouTube channel. I think he does a great job.
Thank you.
I play a lot of video games. I play a lot of Minecraft, so I really like Captain Sparkles.
I watch a lot of like business, like finance, stuff like that channels. So I'll probably say this guy named Tommy Bryson. He's from New York, and like Graham Stephan. He's from California, I believe. So a lot of business YouTubers.
Okay, so does anyone like Mr. Beast?
I mean, he's a troll, but at the same time, it's like, I mean, that's how he came up. But he's a beast. That's why his name is Mr. Beast.
Okay, I would like to direct the same question you all asked towards you. How do you spend your weekends? How do you spend your holidays?
For my weekends, I work as a lifeguard. So my 2 weekend mornings are usually spent lifeguarding. After that, I come home and do homework, maybe spend some time with my family. And then I'll either spend time with my girlfriend or playing Xbox with my friends at night.
So you spend a busy weekend.
Yeah, it gets pretty busy, but yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to ask here, it's a serious question a little bit. Do you think that faith requires any reasons to believe in it?
I had a hard time hearing that question. Would you mind repeating that again?
Do you think faith requires any reasons to believe in?
So for me personally, I would say no. I don't know. For me, it's like very complex, but I wouldn't label myself as like a traditional Christian. I kind of personalize my like, not like personalize, like choose which beliefs to believe in, but I I kind of fit it to where like I'm not sure, but I would say generally no, because I think in the end, if there is like in I don't know, I'm kind of talking out of my chest here or whatever, but in the end, I don't really think it matters because like say I believe in a God, like which I do, in the end say, oh, I'll go to heaven. Yeah, that would be good, but if there's nothing left, I think I would just be comfortable knowing I lived a good life, and I'm not sure if that answered it well. I was kind of rambling, but yeah.
I
So
would
one
say,
thing
oh, sorry.
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say, I don't think you need a bunch of reason behind your faith, but I think it's definitely stronger with a reason and having a purpose with what you do.
I would say like personally, like I think like religions like give everyone or each person a source of structure and like just helps like through the way of life. But at the same time, I do that's why like I don't really like say like a certain God. I would say like the most high. Like we all don't know, but at the same time, it doesn't I think that at the end it just like just live like saying like God is good or just love all people. I would say if you just live a righteous life, um like repent like from your sins, like do better. I just think that like you will be in the right place like in the afterlife.
Okay, I'm sure you all of you have classes to go to. So I'm just gonna ask you one last question. I heard, I think it was Ben, that he worked weekends as some in some place. So in India, you see that college education is supported by parents, and people in college don't generally work their weekends or weekdays. So, but in US, is it different? I mean, do you like take education loans and work weekends, weekdays to pay it off or something?
Um, I just work to be able to put gas in my car, be able to go out with friends on the weekends. So my job, I lifeguard. It's only to pay for personal things. Like I might go spend some money on a brownie after this, and that's what it would go towards. It. My parents do help with paying for my education.
Yeah,
Yeah,
most
I've
people take out. Oh, go ahead. Oh, I was gonna say most people take out loans for education, or they get financial help from their college or the government.
But that would be at the university level. So for example, like at this level where our students are, there aren't like government loans, but when they go to college, of times they take on some debt to pay for college tuition, which is much more expensive.
Mr. Chura, I think we better wrap it up.
Yeah, I think it's been great. It definitely I'm glad that everybody kind of took a personal interest, and there were so many good questions out there, and it was a great discussion of the academic material as well as just some personal cultural elements. So just what we were hoping for. So
And what I'd be willing to do is I'd be willing to maybe try to facilitate communication if people want to exchange emails and continue the conversation afterwards. And maybe the teachers and I could stay in touch, and we could try to figure out a way to do that.
certainly, that sounds like a great idea, and hopefully, the continued participation in our upcoming summit will continue. Keep our schools in touch with each other, and we'll see kind of how this partnership develops further.
Okay.
Great.
Well, wonderful. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your time, your effort, your care, and hopefully this will continue.
Yes, really appreciate everybody's efforts, and St. Louis U High guys, thanks for your participation. You guys can run off to class, and again, my deepest gratitude to our colleagues at St. Lawrence and the students for the time and effort that you guys have put into this. Like I said,
Thank you so much.
I hope it's the first
Thank
step
you.
in a much larger plan that we can work out together between our schools.
Yeah, I really like the question that the students threw, and they had an exchange with. They are much deeper, and I'm well impressed. Certain things of questions like how the God becomes your personal, and talking about the Jesuit tradition of the conversation that we have, and the conversation that you're talking about. And then that's what St. Ignatius talks about, as we go deeper and deeper, and you get to know about the person, and understanding comes in. Of course, in the understanding, you will have misunderstanding, which is most welcome. Okay, and we misunderstand, and then we go deeper and deeper, and this is a fantastic exercise. And I would like to thank St. Louis and Mr. Robert Chura under your leadership, and whoever is there to try to start this conversation, very especially between the cultural and geographic differences that we have, and going through lots of struggles, problems, very especially at this moment. I think the crisis bring out the best as well as worst in person. And this conversation, I'm sure, would bring out the best. And I'm really hopeful. And St. Lawrence, I can promise you, with the help of the teachers and students, is with you, and to take for a deeper level conversation. Thank you very much. And it was fantastic to listen to them.
Great.
Yes,
Thank you.
Mr. Chura. Thank you for everything you've done.
No, thanks to everybody. It's a classic group effort. So when everybody pulls in the same direction, great things happen. So, all right, great. We will definitely stay in touch. And like I said, hopefully we'll stay in touch about the upcoming summit, and we'll see kind of what the next step is. So thanks again, and have a great day.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much
You
for
too.
taking
Bye-bye.
out time from your morning to attend the session. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay.
Okay, so Robert, did you want to maybe follow up with some steps with Mrs. Biswas and?
Yes.
Okay.
Ms. Biswas, do you mind if I send you an email? We can communicate about keeping the students in touch.
Absolutely. 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 It would be great.
Wonderful. All right.
Mr. Chura, we have shared our phone number also with you. If you just would like to add us for WhatsApp messages that last time we discussed. I think we have given our numbers, me and Ms. Sherpa.
Yes. So just so that you understand, Robert, there's an app called WhatsApp. It's free.
Okay.
And so I have their contact information through WhatsApp. It's basically a texting and calling app that we can, it's a little faster than email. So if you want to look into that too, I can share. If you could set it up in 2 minutes on your phone,
Yes.
and that might be a faster way.
Okay, let's do that. That'd be great.
Great. Okay.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
Well, we'll stay in touch.
Okay.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.